Yo, what's good YouTube? VISHBEGAMIN here. Today I wanted to show you guys how to make my final Heedles Big 3 build in Dwayne Wade. He's my second favorite shooting guard growing up, and I felt like he doesn't get enough credit for his last two championships. While he's obviously recognized for his first championship where he averaged 34 points in the NBA Finals, leading from an 0-2 deficit against Dallas back in 06, and then won back-to-back titles again from 2012, 2013, and 2011 and 2012. A lot of them people say, like, I don't know why I keep hearing like how they say like he was like way too old and his knees were worn apart. That was more so like 2014, but from 2011 and 2012, if I wasn't looking at stats, which I mean back when I was a kid and I was just looking at just live footage of how like Wade, LeBron were playing together, like I for the most part really didn't notice him losing a step at all. When they first formed the Big Three, LeBron was averaging 26 points, Wade was averaging 25, and in the 2011 finals he averaged 26 points while LeBron averaged around 18. So he was still like really elite on both ends of the court. He was a great closer, and really the only thing that changed was just that he took a step back so that way LeBron could thrive, because usually that's what happens in LeBron-led teams under the system. Like, you have to like sacrifice your stats in order to let him thrive. But you know, he was still the leader of that team. It was still his team regardless. So I'm going to show you guys two variations of how to go about this build. One where you can get actually Wade shades of #1, which is going to look really cool. And then another version where you're going to get the same name, same archetype name, but better stats all around in terms of making it like comp style. So if that sounds interesting, let's get right into it. Alright, so what we're going to do is have his first name be Dwayne, last name Wade. He is right-handed, jersey #3. If you're going to make this build, put him on like the Sacramento Kings or the Washington Wizards as an example. That way you can rock the jersey #3. Putting him in the shooting guard position, of course. He is 6'4". His weight is 220 pounds. And he does have a 6'11" wingspan, but I notched it down to 6'10" just to give you guys an option in case if you're going to focus more on making your midi go from 87 to 92 or 88 to 93 to get the set shot Hall of Fame, or at least have the 92 for all gold badges. But I'm going to be focusing more on rim running, but left it like this as an option. If you did just want to go with the 6'11", then you would have to up the weight more up to like at least 222 to meet the 85 strength requirement. So here is the build #1, and it's actually really great all around, great two-way build, where I would suggest using your first +5 cap breakers is towards the perimeter defense. That way you can make it go from 87 to 92 and get all these badges on gold. Then you'll have like a remaining 4 cap breakers, at least if you've been claiming them each season. You can notch it up, like, let's see, you could go 1 over here, like 2 over here and 2 over here, so that's 4. There you go. So the way I'm making it though is like I'm focusing more on the long run. That's why I was like thinking for a second. I'm focusing more on the long run of having a 96 driving dunk, because I like to have at least one build that has Hall of Fame posterizer, and like that way I can max +1 it and get on legend. Even though I won't get all elites, I'll get some of the elites at least. So, but in terms of like this build with the way you would currently be as a starter 3 or an above, you go +2 here, +2 here, and then +5 here. And then if you were more worried about shooting, you could always go +5 over here, or you can like lower some stats like this. like that, and then eventually I put the mid-range up. But I like keeping the steal up here like this, and having like a decent pass accuracy just to have the silver dimer, since it's just one off. And going +5 over here is another option that you can use to get Hall of Fame glove, and only 3 cap breakers for Hall of Fame interceptor. So there's a lot of creative ways you can go about it. You even got pretty decent rebounding for a 6'4" guard. You know, this is a great lock build all around. Good solid rim running, and you still got basic standing dunks. Great post fade game over here. So yeah, and you even got a little decent block here. And I think this is really cool because you get Dwayne Wade shades of #1, and you even get a sick name, two-way slashing shot creator. So let me go ahead and show you my build of how I made it. Alright, so the second template right here is how I went about it for my play style. I mean, like, I like this one because you're still gonna get the, spoiler alert, you're still gonna get the same name, but just not getting shades of Dwayne Wade. But I think the stats are a lot better. It's more importantly for the defense, and you can have a little more leverage with how you want to go about the finishing. So for starters, like, I can make any pass accuracy work, so I don't mind not having the 71 pass accuracy. It's cool to have, so if you want that I don't feel like you don't even need any higher than 71, but I can make 60, 55, 40, even 25 work. And then so the only thing I really did was just sacrifice pass accuracy and rebounding, because I mean, as a 6'4" guard, it's not real essential to have rebounding, even if you're going to be put in the 2 spot as a lock build. Like, you're rarely going to get in that situation, and it's just based off of positioning at the end of the day. So I sacrificed those 2 stats so that way I can up the agility and go ahead and have the perimeter defense set up ahead of time to 91. That way I can go +5 over here to have 96 perimeter and get on-ball menace on Hall of Fame. I don't think the pick dodger is that important to have on Hall of Fame. I don't even feel like it works, but you do have it at least on gold over there. So you got these 2 on gold. You're gonna have on-ball menace on Hall of Fame, and you'll have challenger on Hall of Fame too. It requires a 95 perimeter, so these 2 are like the most important badges in terms of being a lock. Then you can choose to use your leftover cap breakers over here if you like. You can go +4 to the steal and get Hall of Fame glove if you like. I don't reach like that, but that is an option there. I think I might do that eventually because I'm going to be close to a vet 2, possibly, like with the cap breakers. But I'm definitely going +5 here and +5 here. I just think this will be a fun, crazy combo of having a 96 perimeter and a 96 driving dunk, and then just spread out my cap breakers towards the driving layup. I'd prioritize driving layup more than steal, because I can make any kind of steal work, and I don't spam like that. I only reach unless if it's just super obvious. So I put it specifically at 92. That way I can eventually chase for layup mixmaster on Hall of Fame, which requires a 97, and having a 97 layup on a build that has 83 and above strength is going to be important, because you can combo that with physical finisher and layup mixmaster together and have both of them on Hall of Fame. So if you get knocked out of your dunk animation for whatever reason, you can go to your layup and still have a really great chance of finishing. Also, don't forget about putting another +1 here to get the silver ankle assassin. That's all you really need, is just to at least have it on silver. If you were just focused on defense and you feel like the finishing is already great as it is, you could just maybe even put +5 to the ball handle if you like. So I made it like this so that way you have a variety of options to choose from. So yeah, it's very similar to the first one. but you got a lot more perimeter defense to work with than the last. So I wanted to have at least one 6'4" lock build since they're kind of like taking over in this game. But I also like having a 6'7" lock. So I typically like having one lock build at least. But this year I'm gonna roll a 2 with the 6'4" Wade build, and then in the future I'll show you guys how to make a Kawhi Leonard build 6'7". That's my go-to lock every year. And right here you get two-way slashing shot creator. Though you don't get the shades of Dwayne Wade in this one, you still get the same build name, and you get much better stats. So if you like the build, please drop a like. I work hard on these videos 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I upload videos on YouTube here. I go live on Twitch Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I typically stream pretty long hours. It can be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours at the least to really typically 12 or 8 hours. So until then, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.